Exactly.
Like, for example, the counteroffensive of 2022. For example, the drive of the Russian Black Sea Fleet out of Sevastopol and Crimea. They weren't really ever going to
radio up a little bit. I'll be right back.
Because as a senior official in Kherson, a Ukrainian city occupied by the Russians for a few months in 2022, told me, while it's bad to live under Russian bombs, it's infinitely worse to live under Russian occupation.
So let's talk about what you expect happen in the talks today. There's evidently, are there talks going on? Do you see reports of talks happening?
All I know is that the talks, which began this afternoon local time, which is 7 hours ahead of the East Coast of the United States, have broken up. I haven't heard reports of what happened there. But before yesterday's strike, I didn't expect anything. The Russians want these talks as a way to stall. They don't want to say yes to President Putin's ceasefire proposals. They've turned them down multiple times when the Ukrainians have said yes. Because Putin thinks that the Trump administration will abandon Ukraine, stop allowing supplies to go there, and they'll be able to win on the battlefield. I think that's making a bad bet. President Trump has said many times he wants a durable peace, and he will punish the obstruction side to this. And of course, the obstruction side is very clearly the Russian side.
It's pretty amazing what's going on. And I'll tell you, looking at the big picture, Ambassador, which I know you do, who is supplying Russia? China, North Korea, and Iran. What has Iran been doing? They lost a vehicle to transport the drone technology because they lost Syria, because Russia took their eye off the ball, you would argue, to focus on Ukraine. And next thing you know, the insurgents go ahead and took the country that now we have a relationship with. I hope that works out. Who knows? But if Iran, who's in the crosshairs now of Israel, if Iran for some reason is unable to supply to the Russians, and North Korea, I don't know, they got plenty of munitions, plenty of metal, they'll lose another ally on this. At one point, Vladimir Putin's going to say, maybe I should take the Trump off
right. I don't have any doubt, zero doubt, that if we opened our weapons stores to Ukraine, again, it doesn't have to be paid for by American taxpayers. The Europeans can pay for it. We can do lend-lease with Ukraine. And Putin sees those supplies flowing in. Suddenly, the Ukrainians are not being very careful with their supplies because they know they have more coming. And the Russian advances, they're tiny, become zero. And maybe the Ukraine pushes Russia back some. Putin then would have a reason to accept the compromise proposals that the Trump administration has put on the table and which Ukraine has accepted. But there's a very naive crowd amongst President Trump supporters, only some, who say that, no, the way to get Russia to negotiate is to offer them carrots. No. Russia's objective is to take effective control of Ukraine, and to gain a great deal more territory, which is inconsistent with Trump's own view of establishing a durable peace for a sovereign, secure Ukraine.
100%. Listen, I'm in your camp. You know that, and I 100% see the good guys in this, and it's clearly Ukraine. They're a less than perfect democracy, but please point out the perfect one. And the other thing is, just let me ask you this question, Fabian. A lot of money flows into Ukraine. How much do you think has gone to the right places? What percentage? Because there's all types of rumors that some people are pocketing and some people aren't, and they're not buying whatever. How do you view it?
Okay, first let me point out that I've been working on Russia's war in Ukraine, and for that matter, on domestic reform in Ukraine for 11 years at the Atlantic Council. And we always annoy the sitting president of Ukraine by pushing them on reform. So we have not been easy on them on that. Corruption remains a serious problem in Ukraine, albeit Transparency International moves them up like 18 or 20 slots on its list of corruption countries. They're still they're still well below 100. They're not the top 100, but they're close to 100. Russia is much farther behind them. But we do know that the U.S. government had substantial controls all of these systems provided since the Russian big invasion 2 years ago. Some money has been diverted. We are unaware of any large pockets of resources being diverted. And we know that we successfully fought World War II, providing major assistance to countries around the world, and not all of that money, not all those resources went to the right place. So yes, we have to pay attention to this. Yes, the record in Ukraine is not perfect, but it's very much in our interest that Russia lose this war. The resources we provided have been essential to that, and a very small percentage of those resources have been diverted. And those who talk about corruption have zero evidence that major resources have in fact gone to the wrong hands.
You don't think Zelensky has gotten rich off this?
I think Zelensky was a fairly rich man before this because he was a successful businessman / comedian, and I've seen no evidence that he has enriched himself as a result of this war. I know there are crazy, and I use that adjective precisely, stuff on X about all the money going into Zelensky's pocket, but again, it's hot air. It's hot air.
I just want to go through this. I hear you.
Some of the loudest voices on X regarding Ukrainian corruption never talk about the massively documented Putin and other senior Russian corruption. One of the reasons why Moscow has done so poorly with the big invasion was the big defense built up the resources for that. The fair of that went into the pockets of defense ministers and generals and group themselves, and that money is sitting in the West.
Yep, great point. Ambassador, stay safe. Ambassador John Herbst, former U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, now in Ukraine. He's also director of the Atlantic Council's Eurasia Center. Thanks, John.
Thank you, Brian.
Back in a moment.
Diving deep into today's top stories, it's Brian Kilmeade on Talk Radio 77 WABC.
I don't care when I'm with my baby.
If you're hit and miss with the stock market, I have a guess. He's got a simple way to generate weekly income with his method. It only takes 30 minutes per week to learn. He's been called one of the sharpest option traders around. It's Preston James, CEO of the Traders Edge Network.
It's great to be with you. I was a frustrated, inconsistent trader when I started over 30 years ago. So I developed a system I found to be the closest thing to printing your own money. I call it the money press method, and it works by harnessing the power of market forces while taking full advantage of newly created weekly options.
Can you really teach this method to anyone?
Absolutely. A sixth grader could pick it up because the learning curve for the money press is quick. You learn a few new vocabulary words, and then you're ready to get your own money press cranking.
So tell me, Preston, what type of traders are using your method?
It's a huge help for people ready to retire and just need an extra $3, $4, or $5 grand a month to get them over the finish line. But it's designed to work for anyone, no matter if you're bullish, bearish, sideways, or a beginner. You can go big or start small and work your way up.
So you're telling me it's simple to learn and only takes 30 minutes a week? Your classes must cost thousands.
Actually, I'm sharing my Money Press Method guidebook for free, as I sincerely believe this is the last way for the little guy to create growth and income in the market today.
Wow. For free? How can someone get started?
Go to my website, moneypressincome.com, to see a 7-minute video training where I open up my own brokerage account and show you how it works. The numbers don't lie.
Fantastic. Now, if you're ready to start a program that could generate weekly income in only 30 minutes a week, check out this life-changing free video at moneypressincome.com. That's moneypressincome.com. Thanks for helping out my listeners today, Preston.
Thank you, and talk to you soon.
Paid for by Traders Edge Network. Individual results may vary. There's no guarantee that past performance will be indicative of future results. Invest wisely.
Listen to this podcast now on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Dance and Money, hosted by Jen Delongro.
I have such great guests. I have the one and only Mario Bosco. Tell us about how you got started in becoming this wonderful comedian that you are.
I started in show business in 1987, The Cosby Show. Me and security, her name was Marie, we were like on first name basis. So she goes and gets Mr. Cosby, and he comes out, shakes my hand. So I show up the next Wednesday, and I'm in the bleacher area. Mr. Cosby comes in, Mario! I go, hey, Mr. C, how are you? He goes, did you get your parents? Where's your bag? Are you a serious about that? And he goes, weren't you? And I was like, yeah. So I ran. I was like, oh, go, Mary. We'll get your parents, pick them where they are, and call them home, and the payphone. And my mother, like, thank God, my mother made the turn on MUM and East 14, and she went in, and he changed my life.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform. FT8 WNBC Newsroom Extra.
A new federal lawsuit claims that food manufacturers are using the same master playbook that big tobacco used to get people hooked on food. As Dr. Dariush Mozafarian, the director of the Food is Medicine Institute at Tufts University, tells the Today Show.
It really was about making foods as addictive as possible and starting with our children.
The lawsuit also claims the food industry was aware how ultra-processed food could harm people for decades. Attorney Mike Morgan represents a 16-year-old with type 2 diabetes, and he's blaming the food industry.
We knew something was wrong with our food. We didn't know what. The science has caught up. This is well documented now. It's not really debatable what is causing it.
Experts believe there's room for a healthy change.
We should be eliminating processed foods that are convenient, that taste good, that don't cost that much, and also don't make us sick.
Lisa G,
All right.
77 WABC News.
Talk Radio 77 WABC.
All right. Put that tissue there. My phone there, man. All right. Okay, thank you, Brian Kilmeade. Where are my glasses at? Where did I leave my glasses? Let's see. Okay, still the UN. All right. Let me lower this down for a minute. All right. Okay, let me lower WABC. And let me go back down here for a minute and enable some TX. Okay, we go. All right. Hello, Jacques Martin. QTH SVP. Okay. I'm in Yonkers, New York, USA. Jacques. Chris Collision Manager. Hey, Danny, Chris Newer. And work looks like you got a few. Yeah. Yeah, I got a couple of contacts at 6 meters. I got a couple of contacts. I got the UN again. Of course, he's on the UN. 4 uniform, 1 uniform November. That's the call sign for the United Nations headquarters. And I got the other person. What is this call sign? Let me see. I'll check right here. I'll check right here. I'm using World Radio League also. The other one is KD2ZJK out of New Jersey. So I made 2 contacts in the past hour. So 2 contacts in the past hour on 6 meters. I fired up the radio. Of course, 10 meters is dead. So I said, let me jump on 6 meters. And not even 5 minutes later, I heard, I heard a signal. So I made contact with that person. That person is gone. And then the UN came up after that. Another couple of minutes later, the UN. So that's the UN. Okay. And PRZ. Let me refresh that. Logbook. And there you go. So that's what I'm in contact today with. United Nations and Kilo Delta 2 Zulu. What is it? See, this is why I haven't done nothing. Anyway, JK. Sorry. Juliet. Sorry. Yeah. Kilo Delta 2 Zulu Juliet. Kilo. There you go. I had a little Biden moment there. Oh God. So there you go. Oh, hello, Tasso. And I just came back from the Yonkers Diner. Man, I had a big Western omelet. Oh my God, I'm so full. I gotta go outside and clean the car in about an hour or so. I'm gonna be up for about an hour, maybe. So, Tasso says I took my mom to PT. I don't know what PT means. And AM in the car waiting. Okay. Oh, physical therapist, right? Okay. I'm guessing that is what it is. Yeah, they came back. I saw the score. Yeah, it was a Western omelet. I had that with some home fries and a toast. Yeah. Chance, have you make? Yeah, I installed last week. I installed the top cabinets. So the top kitchen cabinets are installed, all of them. Let me see how many are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cabinets. So it's like an L shape. One cabinet, then I have a corner cabinet. Then I have three on one wall, corner cabinet, and one double one on another wall. So it's like an L shape. So I got them all up. Wife is very happy about that. So this week we're gonna put the lower part, the base cabinets. So, but before I do that, I have to do the plumbing for the sink. I have to cut it and put some new valves. The hot water, the cold water valve. I have to put a new one. So I'll do that sometime during the week. And then once I put that, no, I don't want to do that on the D. I didn't want to put that on the DIY channel because it was my first time doing it. And I know I'm gonna get. I know I would have got criticism like crazy, and it's not worth it. Plus, when you're shooting, it takes forever. And this is my first time. I was really, I really wanted to focus on this project because this is my own house. It's not something I wanted to mess around with and lose focus. And so this was the first time I ever put kitchen cabinets up on the wall. I think it came out great. They came out almost perfect. I had a couple of little issues because one of the walls is not regular stud wall. Is actually yeah, but I didn't want to shoot that one. Because this is more private. It's a private thing. It's my kitchen. It's private. Some things, some things I don't mind shooting, but some things I don't, you know, I, you know, I got jinxed once before because of that. I was installing a new faucet on the bathroom upstairs, and I was shooting it. And every time I try to do something, I ran into a snag. And the video turned out to be the worst thing, and it's still not 100% because the cold water pipe came apart because I lost focus. So when I do my own projects that are very important, I don't want to shoot them. It's okay. Just for the sake of a few views, it's okay now. You know what? Because this is these cabinets are not these cabinets they're expensive. I think the whole thing was about $5,000. All the cabinets purchased. They're already assembled. I just gotta mount them on, I just gotta put them up. So I didn't have to assemble them. I didn't have to put together each one. All I have to do is put them on the wall. So we're talking about $5,000 plus for the whole thing. So, you know, oh, you put up a few, yeah. Yeah, and I had to do it by myself. I got a new extra pair of hands. My wife, my brother helped me on one. The first time because it took 2 days because I did one part. My wife was, you know, so my wife helped me out a little bit on one side. Then the other side, my brother helped me out. But I wish I had a real strong person to help me out. Plus, I use a jack. I use a jack. I have a jack too. That was my extra pair of hands. And then I had to learn. I don't have a laser level, so I had to do the 2x4 method. So I did the 2x4 method with a level. I measure where I wanted to put it at. I put a 2x4. I cut a 2x4. I anchor the 2x4 on the wall where I'm gonna rest the cabinet on top and use it as so as I put it up, it rests on the 2x4, and then I put the jack underneath it, secure it, and then it frees up my hand, and then I can level it, tighten it up, drive the screw in. So I did that perfect. So I use that method for the wall cabinets, 2x4 method. I saw a YouTuber and then my wife told me about it first. I was like, 2x4, really? And I saw the video and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So I did it the way he did it with the 2x4. So I had a 2x4 and then it's because of L shape, look, this wall and then it's this way. So I had to put 2x4 here, make sure it's level. Then I put a 2x4 here, level it, and then I started putting all the cabinets. Boom, 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 boom. You start with the corner, of course. Like I said, I never done this. First time I did it. Put the corner cabinet in, no problem. Leveled it, plumbed it, nice, boom. And I mean, if you look at it, you didn't think it was somebody that did it for the first time. And then, of course, the cabinets, wherever I can join them together, I joined them. You have to join them too, so you get that tight fit. So it came out pretty good. I'm gonna say almost perfect, except one I have a slight little, there's a little space in there. You can see a little bit of daylight, but that particular one I couldn't put two screws together because that's another thing. A lot of walls are not perfect, and we're talking about a house that's 100 years old. The wall is not the best frame wall. And then the other part of the wall is original plaster and laugh. So, but I got it done. I got it done. Yeah, I had to put a shim on the last one because it was kind of a little off. It wasn't lining up. So under the 2x4, I put a shim, but that was a temporary shim. No, other than that, they all lined up pretty good, perfect. Didn't need any shims. Only on the not the corner one. The corner one was fine. The one next to it was fine. The third one, the last one on this side before was a small one. I had to put a shim on that one because it didn't line up with the other two on laying on the 2x4. So I had to bring it up and then level it from the top. And then not only level it, I had to level it from the top and I had to level it lined up in the front. So once I got all that, I was good. So I needed 2 shims for that one. And I lined it up perfect. And then that was it. Now, of course, the base cabinets, they're gonna need shims because that floor is definitely not level. I think it kind of the corner it kind of goes lower, so I'm gonna have to prop up the corner one. I know I'm gonna need the shim. I know I'm gonna need it for the wall cabinets. I only needed 2, but and they were temporary shims. They weren't the type that I had to keep them there. They were just to raise up the last cabinet to line up with the others That's the only reason why I use the shim for that. And it helped. For the base cabinets, yeah, I know I'm going to need a couple of shims. I'm going to need a couple of them at least. At least. So, yeah, I bought a couple of packs. It actually is a it's a 2 packs of shims. It's like a 10 pack. So it's like comes with 2 of them. It's like I forgot it wasn't even I got it from Amazon. You know. So I have the shims. No, I watch all these YouTube videos and I learn from them. So I got, I watch a bunch of videos. That's how I learn how to put them up. And then the screws that I even bought the hardware for it. The screws, you don't use drywall screws. You got to use the screws that I use. You don't even need to do a pilot hole because they have the way they're designed. They actually cut through. They're made for that. So the ones I want to go in is with 2.5 inch. I use 2.5 inch screws. No, 2 3 1/4. Excuse me, 2 3 1/4 screws. I forgot the brand. It's like GR or GRY or something. I don't know what the brand. I forgot the brand. Anyway, and they have the Torx. They're not Phillips. They're Torx. It comes with the bit. It comes with the bit, and those went in like butter. No pilot holes needed. No pilot holes. Because my cabinets are plywood. They're not MDF. They're not cheap. These are plywood cabinets. So they're not the cheap cabinets. They're plywood. So these like butter. Even joining them, when joining them, some of them had the pilot hole already pre-drilled. I just went in there. That's it. Like butter. So yeah, I think I did a good job for a first timer. I did a very good job. I can say, my wife is very happy. You know how much money we saved on that if I would have hired somebody to do that? How much you think they charge for a job like that? They wanted to charge my wife like they gave estimates over $10,000. The thing is, I didn't need to take out the doors because they're pretty big. So I just had to be careful. I didn't need to take out the doors, to be honest. I thought I had to remove the doors, but I didn't. Didn't have to take out the doors, believe it or not. That's what made the job easier. But even if I had to take out the doors, it's just one screw and they kind of slide out and snap. Because these hinges are the ones I can't describe them. All you need to take out one screw. There's a screw in the middle, and you slide out the hinge, and that's it. Yeah. So even if I had to take out the hinges, it's only one screw for each hinge, and it's 2 hinges. So we're talking about 2 screws each door. But I didn't need to do that because, I could get in there. I have a small driver, very compact driver. So I got my hand in there. It's very roomy in there. These are big cabinets. These are tall cabinets. These are tall. These are not a small cabinets. These are tall. Only the last one is a small one. So I got in there, put a flashlight in there so I could see better. Had a flash, LED light in there. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. Once I got the first one in there, I was good. Once I got the corner one, I was rocking and rolling, baby. I was good. So, yeah. But I didn't have to do no pilot holes because those screws. Let me go get this. I can show you. I'll show you. turn the light over here. Okay, so these are the ones I used. All right here. All right. 2 3/4. T15. It Torx. No, you don't need to do pilot holes. This thing will not split the wood or nothing. It just, because I guess the design of it in the front is like a claw. It's like sliced, and that makes the hole for you. These things went in like butter. Well, I'll show you. And you can see the tip. And I'm like, and we can't see it, but see, and like, Torx. Focus. See, it Torx. And it comes with a bit. Even comes with a bit. You see? Zip tip. So you don't need no pilot holes. These things are awesome. No stripping either, no zero stripping. These things were perfect. In fact, I'm going to use these for shelving. Yeah, they don't slip. Exactly. So I'm going to use these for shelving too. These things are awesome. And things and I thought they were going to be a little too long, but they're perfect. So yeah, so all I needed was 4 for the corner one. That's the biggest cabinet I had was the corner one. It was the heaviest. It's big. So 4 held it up. But of course I put a couple of more on top where you can't see it. I put a couple of more. So I got a total of 6. So that thing is, solid. And then the rest of it, no problem. And I got these from Amazon. All them from Amazon. All right. So there you go, bro. All right. Somebody else is on the, yeah. Yes, I'm very happy about that. My wife is very happy. Like I said, I don't know how much money we saved. Because we were, my wife was the one else shopping around for estimates. I mean, these people wanted 10,000. Somebody wanted 20,000. What kind of metal this is? I don't know. Let's see. Does it say? Does it say on it? Let me see the pull the box. I don't think it says anything on it there, but and they have some kind of it says it right here. Let me see. I don't know if it has it right there. Let me see. Anyway, you can look it up. Let me see. No, it says it there. I know they have that coating, Climate Tech. Limited lifetime guarantee, climate tech, all weather coating. And because you can't use these for other uses. Exterior siding. So I guess these are weatherproof type. So they're not gonna rust. Lath applications. Cabinet construction, cabinet installation. So they have that climate tech. Anyway, you can look it up. I'll leave it right there for you. I'll leave it up there so you can Google it. And it comes with the bit. So, although I have that bit, but it comes with it. And they did a very good job. I mean, very good job. So, let me look it up over here. Actually, let me look it up right here. Let me go up here. Sorry. So that's high carbon steel and climate tech coated to resist corrosion. So this is high carbon steel. There you go. I just looked it up. Yeah, high carbon steel. Yeah, I didn't bother going outside last night because apparently we're gonna get haze now from the fires. I heard it last night on the news. Today we're gonna start getting the haze from the Canadian fires. So we might not be able to see it anyway because of the haze. Thank you, Canada. Thank you, Canada, for the haze once again. For the wildfires again. Manitoba. Let me change the frequency here a little bit. Let me see if I can move over because the UN is making contact with a couple of people. So let me move over to, I'm going to move closer to. Oh, shoot, sorry. Let me do that first. Let me see. It was actually pretty hard to breathe. I mean, my wife and I was, we took our son to school. Then we went to the Yonkers Diner to buy some food. And it was so far it was okay. But my wife and son, they're still sick. So, they still have, especially my wife, she has asthma too. She was coughing. So, but I'm gonna be outside in about an hour, so I'm gonna clean the car. I gotta clean the car, and I'm gonna wash the car, and I'm gonna be out there cleaning today. I'm gonna sweep the alley and all that. So it's gonna be a beautiful day anyway. So I'm gonna be out there, another maybe another half hour. I'm gonna go outside and just clean around the yard, getting ready to put stuff in the yard. I was gonna mow the lawn. Maybe I'll mow the lawn later today. I don't know. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That one was bad. Oh, I thought you meant now, James. Oh yeah, yeah. That one was really bad. Yeah, the one from yeah, when the sky was orange and you could smell literally burnt wood. Remember how it smelled like burnt wood and everything? Remember that? It was really bad. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, that was really bad. Yeah, that was really. I remember it smelled like, you know, when I first smelled it, I thought it was a fire nearby. I thought it was a local fire. And then I heard the radio. I heard the news that it's from Canada, Canadian wildfire. I was like, wow. It literally smelled like there was a fire right down the block. Like you could smell the burnt wood. It has that distinctive smell. Charred wood, like burning wood. And that smell made it all the way here. And then I believe the following day the sky was orange. So we had it for about 48 hours or so. Actually, about 72 hours. And then finally, it was away. So, yeah, it's about to warm up to the 80s. I think today we're going to hit 70. Today we might hit 72. Right now it's 66 and sunny. So we're supposed to go up to 72 today, I believe. And then tomorrow we might hit 70, maybe below 80, I believe. So, give me the radio for a minute. Yeah, you can. I'm not going to, but you can.
Now accepting donations for land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate. Every weekday in the 9 a.m. hour. Listen to Sid and Friends in the Morning. Listen for more Sid. Listen for more entertaining and informative opinions. Sponsored by Fearless Boilers, the world's best built boiler on 77. Listen to this podcast now on the Red.
That's my Sony stereo playing in the background.
Joining us is someone who certainly has worked very hard at protecting.
There's a Sony stereo with a Denon AMFN tuner. I'll show you. Let me show you the tuner. It's right there. She has a Sony receiver. That's a Denon tuner. AM/FM tuner. Okay. I'm not gonna mess it because I'm still organizing. So that tuner, I bought that from eBay. I think I paid $20. Denon. Like that. Let me see if that's gonna work. I'll put it right there. Yeah, that Sony receiver is old. That's like almost 20. It's like about 20 years old. That was a Sony surround sound system. So that receiver is a surround sound receiver. It comes with 6 speakers. It comes with the little. Let me show you one of them. This is one of them. This is the center channel one. Let me put it right there. That's the center channel one. And then you have the left and right. They're small. They're like little box speakers. And then you got two rears. And then you have a subwoofer. And the receiver that all comes in one. So, yeah, so this is a Sony. That's the back of it. So this is the center channel one. And it comes with the wire already. Looks like 20 feet of, let me see how many feet of wire this is. Yeah, this one is like maybe 10 feet of wire. So I didn't hook up the center one yet. I only have the left and right hooked up to it. You see, one of them is right there. So I got the left and right. The other one is all the way on the other side. I only have these two left and right. Maybe eventually I'll hook up the other ones.
Unclear what pregnant women now should do until they get the data that you say.
Talk to their doctor.
When do they get the data you're promising? All these controlled studies.
In the absence of data, they should talk to their doctor, and their doctor
So no
will use
data.
their best wisdom and judgment.
FDA commissioner, thank you for trying to help clear this up.
And she was brutal in the break, evidently, just raging in the break. She is such an embarrassment, Margaret Brennan. Here's the thing. This woman wants you wearing 10 masks, staying home from school, and not doing anything. Pregnant women, little kids, all getting shots. Nobody backs that up. The American people are done with it. The world is done with it. Marty McCary's not going to go along with it, and it drives her crazy. Tough. That's the whole pandemic mindset. The Cuomo mindset, the Fauci mindset that almost destroyed the country. We're still trying to recover from.
New York's home for entertaining talk. Streaming now on your smart speaker. Just say.
Play 77 WABC.
I want to bring you to me. Welcome to Tell the Towers Foundation New York.
Those are the left and right speakers, they're little speakers. They sound pretty good.
Because we expect copycats, especially this place. New York City mayor weighed in, another horrific attack. The violence against Jews in America have to stop. They attacked a peaceful crowd. October 7th, they were peaceful. While we see no nexus between New York City and the NYPD, it's increasing our resources at religious sites. New York City seeing the fewest reported murders and shootings in modern history to start the year at 112. Previous record was 113 back in 2017. Newark Airport runway to reopen 13 days early. Good job, Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy. Happening today, P. Diddy's trial goes back and resumes with more testimony from his former assistant. By the way, 50 Cent weighed in and says, I'm going to talk to President Trump to make sure if he's convicted, he won't be pardoned. Listen to my show 10 to noon on 77 WABC, Monday through Friday. This has been your Tell the Towers Foundation New York Minute. Heroes like Austin Reese have paid a price for our freedom. Austin served 3 deployments in Iraq. He spent 13 years with the Navy Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit.
They sound pretty good. Little Sony speakers. And then, of course, I got the FRG 7700, but right below that, right there. I'm going to keep this one down here. When I get my outshake there, it's going to be one of the HF rigs I'm going to keep down here for receiving. But I need to tighten this thing up. Need to tighten this up. FRG 7700, yeah. I almost had a chance to get the 8800. for almost $100. And at the last minute, somebody outbid me. I could have had the 8,800 too. Yeah, well, I know. I think it's but let me not jinx myself because YouTube, I don't know what they do sometimes. There was a video. Let me look about it. There was a video. I forgot which radio was it. I was over 225 views as soon as the live stream ended. And then I don't know what YouTube did. It bumped it down to 160 views. I mean, literally, it just slashed my views for I don't know what reason. And YouTube does that to me sometimes. I don't know why they do that. And it was one of the radios that because I remember I think I had almost 20 people watching. 20 people watching. And I was averaging like 15 people watching, 14 people watching. When that live stream ended, I was over 200 and something already. I was like, man, that's a pretty good live stream. And then I was about to hit 260 views the following morning, and YouTube slashed my views. I mean, it kind of knocked away 100 of them, literally. And I was down to like 167. I forgot what was the number. I was like, what the hell are they doing? What are they doing to my numbers? I thought that live stream was going to wind up ending. It was going to be one of my better live streams in terms of view count. Nope, YouTube cut it. So I don't know what YouTube does with my numbers. It's disgraceful. Hello, Glenn Dash. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Good morning. Well, yeah, good morning still. I'm trying to remember which one it was. I have to go back and look at it. But I remember that video, as soon as I ended the live stream, it was way over 200 and something already views. I was like, okay, it's a good one. And then the following day, right down to it brought it down to like 160 something views. I was so, and I say I was pissed off. I was like, wow, what YouTube is doing to my view count. I believe I should have been at 1 million views right now. I'm about to hit 750,000. I don't understand that. I should be at 1 million views right now. All the times I live stream, and I had, at least double-digit watchers and stuff like that now. I don't understand why they do this to me. Maybe because I touch on controversial stuff, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the topics that I talk about. So, who knows? Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
on kids. I mean, you just think about the academic environment, they're incredibly distracting. And studies have even shown, even if the phone is in the backpack, it's mentally distracting to a kid because they're thinking about what notifications are on there, who's texted me, what's happened on my phone. And so it's actually draining their available cognitive capacity because they're exerting self-control to not check the phone. So even if they're not on it, just having the presence of in the classroom, in a backpack, takes students' attention away from the task at hand.
So how you
I already made contact with that one too.
Matters.
Yeah.
So you want to go into a phone locker. So you might think, who's a big deal? You go to, but number one, it's privacy. Number two is like you should be able to, if you have to walk to school with a phone, you need to put it somewhere, right?
That's exactly right. Studies have shown the further away the phone is from the student, the better. So they've even done studies to show like the schools that ban phones from the entire school day, that don't even allow them during passing periods or lunchtime, is in a phone locker.
Yeah, my son's school is like that. They're allowed to bring phones in the school, but the teacher, my son's teacher, collects the phones in the morning, and then they're not allowed to get their phone until dismissal. And she gives them back to them during dismissal. I mean, before dismissal, they get back the phone. So they're allowed to bring phone in the school, but that's it. Not to use it in the school. Oh, thank you, Glenn. I appreciate that. Yeah, and yeah, and sorry, I don't have a pizza fund. I don't have a pizza fund. Oh, catnip fund. Like what I do. Man, 80, look at the diner. Look how much you spend on the diner. I mean, $83. Wow. I bought a lot of food. We bought some. Yonkers Diner is a great diner, 24/7. Is one of the top diners in Westchester County. We bought some meatloaf for my son later on. Bought some meatloaf with gravy, some lasagna, some veggie panini for my wife. Panini sandwich, veggie. Has like avocado and stuff like that because she's a vegetarian. Of course, I got myself a Western omelet with some home fries. Also got some ziti for later. Not baked ziti, just ziti with marinara sauce. Came out to $80. Wow. Yonkers Diner. It's a very nice diner. Big diner. It open 24 hours a day. Has a bar and everything. The guy who asked for cat food donation has no answer. To each his own. I don't understand why people don't. Anyway, you got your people that follow, and food wise, I'm okay. We're never starving here. Food wise, I'm good. We have plenty of food here, so I'm not gonna be starving. That's for sure. I eat pretty good here. I'm not gonna complain. Can't complain about that. I'm blessed with that. I think about when I grew up in the Bronx. My mother lived in the South. We moved in the South Bronx. Welfare. 8 kids. A couple of my brothers were working. Hustling. Supermarket, bagging groceries, that type of thing when they were kids. I did that too. Uh, well, yeah, Yonkers Diner, yeah. I mean, the trip to Yonkers Diner gave you a few extra meals, though. I mean, we only been there a few times. It's on the other side of Yonkers. Think about Yonkers. I'm gonna say overall Westchester County. Uh, you know, Overall Westchester County is a nice county. It's a nice county. It's one of the more, if you want to raise a family, Westchester County is a county where you can raise a family. There are little pockets that can be ghetto, yeah. And Yonkers is right near the New York City, you know, county line, and where I live at in my block, I'm okay, But if you go right a few blocks down, it can get ghetto very fast. But the rest of the Westchester County is very nice. We have a lot of nice places here in Westchester County. So we usually go to the other side of. We go by the Yonkers Raceway. That's where the diner is at. It's near the Yonkers Raceway, by the Empire City Casino. Empire City Casino. So that's more touristy. A lot of out of towners go to the casino because that's one of the biggest attractions of Yonkers. Yonkers is known for two things. Well, they were known for one thing for a long time was Yonkers Raceway, horse racing, right? Horse racing. The horse and the it's like a buggy. That's They still have that Yonkers Raceway, and then about what it was almost 30 years ago now is the casino. They call it the Racino, Empire City. So it's a big casino. It's a lot of slot machines in there. They got a bunch of restaurants in there. Very beautiful. So a lot of people go there. The Racino. Yeah. Of course, a few years back, they opened up another one in Queens by Aqueduct Raceway. Aqueduct Raceway. And that one is the what is that one called? Oh, I forgot the name of it. And that one is a nice one too. So, and now recently Empire City went online. So Empire City Casino now is online casino also. So they have an online casino now. So Empire City Casino. So that whole area got redeveloped. There's a lot of nice things going on there. Years ago it was just a Yonkers racetrack. You know, your horse betting. Uh, it was, that area was kind of not desirable, but the casino brought in so much revenue, it revitalized the whole area. And the Yonkers Diner is a nice place. It's a nice restaurant. You can take somebody there. They have all type. They have Italian food, Greek food. They have Greek food, Italian food. It's a very nice place. It's open 24/7, so you can go there at night. They have a bar. They have a bar there too. It's a nice establishment. And there's a lot of in that area. There's also a lot of bars there. There's a couple of Irish bars. Uh, things like that. Very nice. Macaroni and cheese and ramen noodles. Yeah. Okay, they disappeared now, so looks like it might have died down. Let me check 10 meters. Let me see if there's any. Let me see. Oh, got 10 meters. I hear something. Okay, I'm gonna start calling out. Let me tune. Let me tune. I don't really have to tune all the time, but I do it as a habit. I know somebody's gonna say, "Well, you don't need to tune all the time." All right, so let me send out CQ. I see November 3, Uniform Lima, but I already made contact with him before, so I'm not. It's a local, New Jersey. So, and that's him, New Jersey. So that's the New Jersey guy. It's a New Jersey guy. It's a local. So it's local right now. Let me see if anybody else comes on. 1 hour 6 minutes in the books. And thank you for watching. See, the reason why I like the big screen is this. I'll show you. Let me go back here. See, I'm here, my radio, and you guys are up here chatting. See, life is so much better with a big screen. 55-inch. And this is 29-inch, ultra wide. So it makes things easier. But eventually, when I get the L-shaped screen, this is going to be in the background. All this is going to be behind me. Once I get the L-shaped desk, excuse me. L-shaped desk in this corner. And then these screens will be behind me. And I'll be standing up. And then I'll have this other screen. I'll have this screen over here. Probably on with something, I don't know. And that screen up there that's behind all these boxes is going to be moved out here with either some weather stuff or something. Because that one I can move around that screen. I can move that one around. And then there'll probably be another screen in this corner. Maybe a screen in that corner somewhere. Haven't decided yet. It may even be instead of this format, it may be like this format. 9x16 instead of 16x9. I don't know yet. I haven't decided that yet. So, and then I'm gonna get a wall clock too. I was looking at a couple of them, but I really want to get a bigger one. Maybe put it above here, up there. A long wall clock up there somewhere. A wall clock. A digital clock. Don't know yet if I would do that. And just like that, they're gone. And just like that, they're gone. Huh. But I have to wait for the L-shaped desk because I have to wait till I get paid from Google. And I won't receive that payment until the 21st, the earliest. So the 21st, I'll receive the payment from Google for the last couple of months. And then I'll use that money to buy the corner desk here. For here. There's going to be a corner desk right here. Let me show you. So it's going to be a corner desk right here. It's going to take up this whole thing. It's going to take up this whole thing right here. And then this desk is going to be my anchor desk. This desk. And once I have the corner desk, I can populate all of this with radios. I want to have radios all over here. Maybe even up that wall. I'm going to put a couple of shelving. I'm going to bring down my scanner. Oh, that's the fan kicking in. I want to bring down my scanner. I want to bring down my CB radio. So I'm going to have that mounted. I plan to put a board over here somewhere, mount the board. That one is going to have all the switches. I'm going to have all the switches on that wall, on a board. And I'm going to put a copper bus bar, for grounding. I'm going to mount it on the wall, a piece of copper, like a copper plate or something. And everything's going to be grounded to that copper. And then that copper plate is going to run the ground into the yard. I'm going to have that grounded. I want to ground the radios to that copper. I see some shacks with that. Yeah, so I want to do something like that. And you haven't noticed the hum lately, right? Because look what I did. Remember the power strip with the connectors? So look what I did. Copper to that copper right there. See the copper radiator pipe? And that minimized the hum. That almost got rid of it. That's the power strip that I use the conditioner. And I got rid of the hum. Remember that constant hum I was getting on WABC and all that?
The pandemic, and the toll booths were built in 1930, not for these big RVs. I've been driving it all 10 miles, and I scraped the door shut. We couldn't open it until my son had to jump out the driver's side window.
And that minimized the hum like 90%. Sometimes completely. Right now that you hear that noise because I'm transmitting. That's because of this. If this is off, it's quiet. So I got rid of the hum on the medium wave band. I got rid of it. Especially below 700 kilohertz. So yeah, that power strip, I bought that power strip years ago. It's called Power Century. And you can see it from there. It has these connectors. See, it has those coax connectors. So basically, I just connect that. The other one's not connected to anything. This yellow one's not connected to anything right now. I just put it there for now. This red one is connected to that copper heating pipe. That's a copper heating pipe. But it's connected to that power conditioner coax connector, and that eliminated the hum. That pretty much eliminated the hum.
That had no interest in sitting in the back. They tried to get into the front. They were scared to death. And I really got the RV in order to bring the dogs.
Right now there is a little but that's because of this radio and because they're working out there right now. It was a lot worse. It was a lot worse before that. That power strip. It was a lot worse before that. Actually they call that power conditioner. It was really a lot more prevalent. Actually, some of that noise is because of also the conditions, but it is a lot quieter at times too. So, and let me show you the. Let me look up that power strip. See that if you can see it online. Maybe they have a newer version of it. Let me see. Maybe they have a newer version of it. And what's the name of that one? Power Sentry Surge Protector. Right. Let me see. Power Sentry. Let me see. I have an older one. I should have went on eBay. Uh, something like this one. I know it's the one with the coax connectors. Okay, Amazon doesn't have it. I don't know why I went to Amazon link for. Let me see this one. I mean, I had that one for over 30 years. I bought that one a long time. I bought that one many years ago. Let me move this out the way here. I'm trying to see what model that is. I can't see what model that is. Anyway, that's the way it looks. Here it has the phone line. The phone line. See, it has a phone line too. So that's the one that eliminates the hum. Okay. That one I would never sell that one now. I would not sell that one now because that one literally it makes my station good to listen to. But I had that power strip for over 35 years at least. I remember I got it in the 90s. Might have been around 1995. I bought that, if I remember. I might have bought that from Comp USA or something. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. This is like when I had a Pentium computer, Pentium 1. I had a Pentium, 166 megahertz or Pentium 100. That power strip's been around. I had that long. It lasted all these years. Let me look over here. Let me see if I can see it here. Let me go on eBay. Hear that noise? What is that noise? Oh, wow, the power strip just alerted me. Oh, wow. It was a spike or something. It protected it. Holy moly. That was a power strip that did that noise. Oh my God, it's so funny. And we're talking about it and it did it. Isn't that creepy? Okay, power sentry, surge protector. Let me see. Let me see if they have that model on eBay. Kind of looks like this one. Let me see if they have it. And it's for home theater. It's for home theater also. And phone line. So something like this one maybe. You see, this is the same brand, Power Century. Let me move it over here. Sorry. Let me get up here close. You see how it has the coax? That's why I clamp it on. And I got rid of the hum. Also got the phone line. It's the same brand, Power Century. But it's a newer model. And that's not bad, 13 bucks. I would, I have mine, I'm happy with mine. But if I didn't have that one, I would get one of these. Because these things are good. So that's one. And add it to the watch list. Maybe they'll send me an offer. You can, and those things, I want to see if I have the same one as the one I have. There you go. It's right there. That's the one I have. Right there. That's it. I was thinking Canadian. Okay, so somebody in Canada is selling this one. So that's the one I have. See? That thing is, man. If you get your hands on one of these, I will get it. And you clip it on there, got rid of the hum. You can also connect the antenna through there, but you're gonna need an adapter in because I have in and out. So you can connect the antenna, and then I did that too, and that works fine. But I'm wasting cable doing that. You can just clip it; it's the same thing. But you can do that too. You can bring in the wire in the in, and then it's gonna clean it, send it back out. So you can connect the cable too, but you're gonna need adapters for for example, if you have a BNC, you're gonna need an adapter to that. Or what is it? Sorry. SO2 PL259. I'm sorry. PL259. You're gonna need an adapter to that. I have them. Let's see if I have one right here. No, I don't have it up here. For example, PL259 to that. You're gonna need an adapter. You can do that too, but I didn't want to do that. I already just clip it. It worked fine. I clipped mine to the antenna switch, and that took care of it. Right now, I didn't even do that. Right now, I clipped mine to the cold water, the copper. What you call it? Copper heating pipe, and that took care of it for now. But when I mount it over here, I'm gonna hook it back up to the not this one, but the antenna switch. What I did is I took out one screw and I put the wire. Remember, I have a video on that. And then that wire clipped into here. That got rid of the hum. I got the video. If you go on my channel, you see the video. Matter of fact, let me I'll go to my channel. I'll show you. Hopefully, it won't crash my stream. Let me All right, here's the video.
When you have Fios Home Internet from Verizon, you can save over 40% on the movies and shows you already love, like Netflix and Max, Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. Save on them all. With Verizon, you get more of what you love for less. Switch to any Fios Home Internet plan and save over 40% on
There you go. That's the link to the video. It's in the chat.
Just $35 a month with no hidden fees or equipment charges. Only on Verizon.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to show you how I got rid of this noise.
Hey, Biden says COVID's going to be over May 11th, and then he cut to his crowd. And if you haven't seen this video, I tweeted it out at Clay Travis. We'll put it up on Clay and Buck.
That's how bad it was.
Entire crowd.
Get a hum? As you can see, I'm getting that hum. This is primarily on the medium wave broadcast band, starting about 700 kilohertz, all the way up to the almost another top of the band, about I think about 1200 or so. It's just constant humming, really annoying. It's almost unlistenable. Been like this for quite a few months. I tried several sources. Okay. Here one more time.
Different mask studies. This is the peer-reviewed Cochrane database of system.
There you go. Let's go down to the basement. So let me show it down here too. All right. Because you can hear, it's a very incessant, annoying hum.
It's a difficult question to answer. Some do, some don't.
You still hear it.
Some have such a...
Sometimes a little more than before, but...
It's so...
let's go down to 710. Yeah, so you see, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I'll show you something.
Through your nose or through your mouth.
Is what I found out. That's my switch. This is my disco coming from outside. Disco from the roof. Listen to this.
Really important for overall wellness and health. Anybody who understands, you can do this yourself. You're really stressed. Take 10 deep breaths. And I know it sounds very kind
just took off this thing.
Like I'm sitting here hitting a bunch of wind chimes. No, it's science. It actually
it's gone, right?
And
barely.
Pretend that masking up never had any.
Let me know this. You can hear it's pretty much gone.
Very uncomfortable. It raises anxiety levels.
So this is bringing in some noise.
In slow motion for anybody who realizes how stupid it is. And they also just.
So when I saw this disco a few years back, one thing I did not do is I never grounded the antenna. I never grounded. Yeah, but it wasn't. I don't think it was that anyway. The antenna, I never grounded it. Of course, I was unaware of this hum until I set up my shack. Okay. So remember, this is my fed, and this is my disco. And by accident, I was trying to figure out. I was just moving some cables around. And let me put back the volume.
Who got, the Daily Mail went after her. This is on the Clay and Buck feed. We did a deep dive podcast. There was a pieces on her because she was a mask.
You see the hum? You hear it? Let me see that.
You hear it? Was like, I think this stuff is dumb. She was totally right. But even she said.
And if I finagle it around, I could leave it like, I could kind of leave it like that. But why would I want to do that if I want to listen to my scanner?
Thing was a pretty uniquely American psychosis on the world stage.
So I figured out a solution.
The only reason they went to that was
and I had to take around with a few things. Okay, I'm talking over this. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is I tried several different ways. One, I have this wire coming from outside. And this wire right here, and this is coming from outside. This is a copper wire. This is a speaker wire that's coming from outside. This is connected to outside to a cold water pipe. There's a ground block outside by where the My cable modem.
Yeah, but that didn't work. I remember
coming
that
in,
didn't work.
and also my fiber optic. And there is a ground block there for a coax cable. I have this connected to there. You know, so and that's grounded to a cool water pipe. Now, when I clip that on there and I clip it, it seems to minimize the hum, but not like the way I wanted to. So this is my first option. I tried it. It minimized it pretty good, but not the way I'm going to show you. Okay. So what I did is basically, alligator clip this here, then alligator clip that there to the screw, because it's just alligator too small to put around the. I did it with the screw, and it got rid of most of it. And that and if I didn't find any other way, that would be pretty good. But surprisingly, I found a better way. I thought about doing the other way, which is down there. You see that copper pipe down there?
That's what happened now.
It's a radiator. It's a copper pipe. I could also clip it to that, and I probably would have got a decent ground. But
that's what happened right now.
I found out
I have it to the radiator.
Was.
But I'm gonna go back to this method.
If you look behind there,
when I get the table,
you see the power strip. These are all coax connectors. 75 ohm. They're brass looking. It's hooked up to this. What they call this is a power conditioner. It's a power strip, but it's also called a power conditioner surge protector.
This summer's hot towels are at that style.
Ad was for the ad. All right.
And I'm going to show you what I did. But the first thing is first, let's hook the wire back.
New York City, and maybe as a part of New York City.
Of course, you're going to hear the humming. Let me hook up these disc going back.
Filmed live, that would be a cool thing to do, right?
Let's hook that back up.
If I were in line, and I would think I was being pranked.
And bear with me.
Their show anyway, but
okay.
Do people really not recognize how ridiculous it is that they're putting masks on? Thinking in the view audience.
This is what I mean.
So conditioned to
one end is a.
Or in the back of their minds, are they like
alligator clip?
Ridiculous.
The other end is this guy right here.
There were social distancing kind of helper people who, because I live right.
And I'm gonna clip this alligator clip.
Right there.
So I'll show you when let me clip it from there. There's 4 coax connections there. I'm gonna put the alligator clip up there. I'll show you. You can see right there. And listen to this. And this is gonna touch that screw and
the movie, the show Succession.
Yeah, humming is gone, right? It's gone.
Wow.
It's gone. Go to 77 ABC. Remember the 77. We're gonna go to the best.
WR, bro.
77. Very pronounced. And watch this. Touching it, you see that? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this screw. Okay, I'm going to take out this screw. Okay, I'm doing it without. I'm going to put the screw in here. Now we're going to screw that in there.
Fellas, men, are you ready? Are you rolling ready for Valentine's Day? Some say it's the sexiest day of the year.
And this is the funny part. When you try to do this on the camera, suddenly you forget how to screw this thing in.
More physical, too. Because a strong sex life can deepen your feelings of intimacy with your partner.
Fix it up and put it nice and neat.
So if you're prepping for Valentine's Day, right now is the perfect time to check out Roman. Roman has genuine medication.
And there you go.
To achieve and maintain a
Just
strong
like that, the hum is gone.
Treat wipes that help you last 4 times longer in bed. Roman has testosterone testing and treatment. Treating
Copper
low
wire
testosterone can help revive
to
your sex drive. And better yet, with
what do you
Roman,
call this?
everything is
It's like an
online.
eyelid.
There are no waiting rooms and no hassle.
So I got a screw, and then on the other end,
Right to your door.
I clip it onto my power conditioner.
For better sex this
And these are 75 ohm connectors. Let me try to get another angle with this so you can see. Okay, move this radio out the way. Get a better view on that.
Trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. It's
That's all I did.
Actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job.
Get rid of that.
While other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you
okay. And now the hump is gone.
To find an employer to post a job on ZipRecruiter, get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter.
The hump is gone. Check it out.
Keep your phone and keep your phone number. And switching just takes about 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, you can save hundreds of dollars and get better customer service.
There you go. No more humming. I'm on the broadcast band. It's working well. Here's a simple fix. You may have to use like in my case, I connected to the power strip because it had the
results may vary, not might vary.
That power strip is hooked up to a grounded.
Oh my God, I missed that one out.
And those 4 75 connectors.
Oh, so I enjoy watching all videos.
Clip on that end. If you don't have that, obviously, you can try to clip that to a cold water pipe, or in what I showed you earlier, the copper pipe that's going into the radiator. Now, of course, the alligator clip is going to get warm because of that. I would not recommend that, but try something, anything. And there you go. If you need to rewind the video, watch that part where I unscrew the switch. And of course, if you don't have a switch, you could just put a screw into a piece of wood or something and put the eyelet there, see if that works. And try it, experiment, try different things. I found this out by accident because I was removing one wire. And I removed that wire, and all suddenly, when I removed the disco wire, the noise was gone. I'm like, okay, so this is bringing in the hum. And apparently, since my disco is in the front of my house, it's probably picking up the noise from outside and bringing it into the house. And it's cross, what's the word cross? Not contaminating, what is it? Anyways, cross, it's signals crossing over to the HF portion, and especially the medium wave band. So now, and now my broadcast band is good. No humming, no nothing. I'm pretty good with that. All right. And
that video should get more views. 1.8 thousand. That's it.
One way I tackle
that video should have 1 million views. 1 million views.
Find a place where you can ground it. In my case, I had to ground that
switch. Come on,
switch
man.
because the noise is coming from the end. From the disco into that switch. And what I did is I just grounded that switch.
Come on, YouTube.
Power conditioner.
That video should have 1 million views.
Get rid of the hum.
1 million views.
Proof is in the pudding. You heard it right there. So thank you for watching. You like the video? Give it a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
There you go. See? So it was this guy. So there's something one on eBay right here. But let me see if I have another one. That's a cat. That's Canadian dollars. Let's see if there's another one. Oh, my glasses. So there you go. That's the video. I put it. It's on the chat. I'm gonna put that link in the description because I know this happens to a lot of people. But that's the power strip that I use. Power Sentry. Let me see if actually, you know what? Let me refine the search. Let me go back up here. I'm just gonna put shipping lowest and buy now. Buy now. Let's do that. Let's see what comes up. So let me see if they have similar to that or that one, because that one's from Canada. I don't really want to buy from there. Well, I'm not buying it. I'm just saying I have mine. I'm very happy with mine. But if I didn't have this one and I was looking for one, I definitely will go on eBay and get it. Because like I said, I had that one for over 30 years. It's about 30 years old. And that thing is a lifesaver. Even it eliminated the hum from my shack. Now, of course, later on, I figured what it was too. Somebody I left a comment on that video not too long ago, but I already suspected it. It's actually called a ground loop. And basically what it is I believe that one of the outlets here is not properly wired. Either is reverse polarized or it's not grounded. And I talked about that in another video, and I also talked about that in my live stream. Uh, and there's a tester for that. You just plug it in. It has lights. It has like two, I think 3 lights. It's a tester. You plug it in, and it tells you if the outlet is properly wired. Or if it's not properly wired, it'll give you the indicator. It might be reverse polarized, or it's not grounded, the outlet. And I think that's what happened. I think one of these outlets, if I remember, it's not grounded properly, or the outlet nearby in the circuit. If I remember, it's been a few years since I made that video. So I need to eventually rewire the outlet, but I don't want to do that now because I got to go and buy. I don't want to do all that. But at some point, I had to do that because I suspected it was that too, and then somebody posted in the comment. It could be what they call a ground loop, and that's pretty much what this one. Let me see this one. Let me see how this one looks like. Does it have the coax? Yeah, it has a coax Go connectors. There you go. So this one is a modern version of it, but yeah. So you could use something like this one. Let me see. Yeah, it has 2 of them right there. Okay. And it also has the RJ45. Okay. So this is another one I will look into. It's a newer version of that one. It's the same company, Power Century. Yeah, Power Century. Let me flip it over. Yeah, there you go. That's the brand, Power Century. Right there. Yeah, these are very good products. Okay. I'm gonna add that anyway. Just because I may pick up another one. But I want to see. I really want to get the same one as that one. There's another one. That's the one we just saw with the. Yeah, this is kind of like the one we saw. All right. Let me see the second page. Yeah, this one is Canada. Let's see. Canadian, yeah. That's the one we were looking at. So that's the one I have. That's the same model. Yeah. And I think that's it. I think that's it for that. This one too, but this is New Point. That's another brand. I haven't tried that one. I heard of that brand, New Point. It does have the coax connectors. You see, Oh, this is an older one. Even that's the old logo. So that's an older one. So you could try with this one. You clip it on because it does have the coax. Might work. New point. This is another one right here. Okay. Excuse me. See, that one has it. It's from Power Century, TV, DVD. Yeah. And you can probably try something like this one too. It has the phone line thing also, which is good. Let's see the back of it. Yeah. 15 amp breaker. There you go. It's pretty good. So this one has two of them. Do you want to see what else is here? Yeah, that's it. And this one has two of them. This is an earlier model. Let me see that one. Yeah, this is an old model. Oh my God, it's an older model. Look at the logo. Yeah, that's an older one. So that one has the oh, this one doesn't have the coax. Oh yeah, it's right here. Right here, that's the coax. It's up top. It's facing up. So if you go like this, let me see. They have a view of it. You see? That's the coax right there. Yeah, but I wouldn't pay 37 for that one. Nah, I'm not gonna pay that much for that. Sorry. Oh yeah. There you go. Let me go back to 6. Let's see what's going on 6. Sometimes I like to go watch my old videos. I forget how many videos I made. It's over 1,000 now. And I remember that I did a video on that, on how to get rid of that hum. Anyway, 1 hour, 48 minutes in the books. I'm going to wait a few more, about 2 hour mark. Then I'm going to go outside, clean the car. And maybe I'll come back later tonight. I don't know yet. So I want to enjoy the rest of the day outside. It's a beautiful day. So if anybody want to say anything, say it now. And what is this? Oh, this one. Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, I have to wait till after the 21st. And then I will be buying the L-shaped desk. Then I can finish my shack. That's what's holding me back right now is the L-shaped desk. And then I'll have the setup that I want, more or less. Originally, I wanted to put a 32-inch over here above, but the 32-inch mount, that mount
does not fit my 32-inch TV that I have. It's not compatible. And I tried different ways. It's not compatible. So I can't use it. So I had to use this monitor. It's just a computer monitor. It's a widescreen monitor, but it's not even it's a 16:9 monitor. Eventually, I'm going to swap that monitor out for an ultra wide. Maybe one of these. Maybe that one will go up there, and then here I have a curved one, and then sorry I'm moving too much, and then I'll use that space for that. I wanted the 32-inch to be there, but the 32-inch that I have is an old Westinghouse, but that one is really wide. It's kind of I forgot what format it was, and the mount that came with that one is not compatible. I tried different ways; it was not compatible, so I gave up on it. That's that screen. I wanted that screen there, but I couldn't. That one has some awkward mount, and I couldn't do it. Because that's what I really wanted there. I wanted at least a 32 up there, but I couldn't do it. So I gave up on that to forget it. So I'm just gonna wait till I could put this one there, or another one similar to this one there, and then of course this one was a trash find. So all right, take care, Glenn. I'm just gonna be on for another 8 minutes. I just want to hit the 2-hour mark, so I'm gonna be on for another 8 minutes. So right now it's 1 hour and 52 minutes in the books. So I just want to see 2 hours and then I'll sign off. Matter of fact, let me shut this down. I'm going to shut this down. Let me shut that down. Let me shut that down in the meanwhile. There you go. So yeah, so that's my my plan on that is, and of course I have a small PC there. I have another one that I'm putting together over there. And one of them is gonna have the ham clock. He's just gonna run the ham clock. So I'm probably gonna put Ubuntu on it or Linux Mint or Ubuntu, and then I'll install ham clock on that one. Now I may make a video on that. I may make a video on that too. So stay tuned for that, because a lot of people use ham clock. I like it. It's okay. Of course, for here, like that. Let me just like that. I'm gonna bring this anyway. I'm gonna bring this one down here. Sorry about that. Let me just do this. And then this one. And then this one can run Simon. So this is Simon's world map. I can run this too. This is Simon. Okay. This was all the information there. UTC, local time, and UTC right there. Okay. And of course, that's my QTH. Well, not the White House, the one above there, the house up there. That's Yonkers, New York. So you have that too. And this one has a whole bunch of different maps. You have this one. I don't know if you're able to see it. You got that one. You got. This is Simon's world map. You have other ones like this. A whole bunch of them. You got some like, let's see. You like this one. You know, nighttime, you see. If it's on, well, not nighttime, all, you know, basically you see all the populated areas with all the lights. So, for example, in Central Africa, you see there's not much light there. Or you see North Korea, South Korea, North Korea. See that? Now you can see it. This is South Korea. North Korea is dark. Because they don't have much, they have power issues. Okay? Things like that. So you have this type of map. Let me see what else. You know, you have your black and white map. You got your vegetation. So this is just vegetation. All right, take care, N2 COD. Yeah, I'm gonna go outside in a couple of minutes. I'm just trying to burn some time here. This is vegetation. This is a nice program. It's called Simon's World Map. I like this program. And I can run it full screen without this stuff if I want to. And it has quite a bit of options. And you also have topography. That's topography. Let's see what else. Population. So this is based on population. As you can see, China is very populated. And, you know, for example, United States, usually the Midwest is not as populated as the East Coast and, you know, whatever. So I like this map. It's a pretty cool map. And you also have Explorer, which is just, you know, right? Explorer. Then you have Blue Marble. So this is more like view for space, basically, right? I mean, oh, it's just like this. Wait a minute. Yeah, this light is the one that's okay. So you can see it's white in the colder region. Northern region is white. Arctic is white. Yeah, this is what you would kind of see from space. Then you got this albedo. I don't know what it pronounces. I don't know what this means. I don't know what the blue signifier means. But you know, you got that one too. It actually looks better in person. When you look at it in person, it looks better. It doesn't do much justice with this camera, but it does look. Believe me, it looks a lot nicer if you're, you know, here and there. Of course, the one I use is this one. I mean, not this one. I believe I use this one. Yeah, this is the one I'm using right now. I'm using this one because this one has the prefix. I like this one because it has the prefix. For example, if you look closely, see the prefixes for your call sign. You know, Like, for example, Hawaii, KH6, right? That's Hawaii. Okay, so you could, Argentina's LU. That's the most, Brazil, depending on what region of Brazil, you got PY and, there's a few other ones. Okay, so this one has the prefixes for the call sign. Of course, Australia got VK, and then right outside you got VK9W and so on. You can talk about the prefixes. Papua New Guinea is P2. So it's pretty cool that you can, this one has the prefixes. It's good to learn them. That way, when you see. So, all right. So that's it for me. 2 hours and 1 minute. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great day. I don't be back later on. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.